nobody know. While I'm on the road, all up in Japan, running it on my own. Hop off that phone, get it while I can. Picking up all them riches, I'll be digging for that gold. 24, yeah, now I'm ready for it.
Yo, how's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to GrayWolf Gaming and part 9.
Of course. What do you want to know?
In this episode, we are dealing with Indigo's quest. So sit back and enjoy.
My brother and I never knew our real parents. We were found abandoned in a smelly shack by a soldier on his way to battle. We melted his heart with our fuzzy little faces, and he carried us to the nearest town. He deposited us at an orphanage, and that is where we spent most of our childhood.
Tell me more.
My brother and I were adopted by a couple of retired assassins. I guess the orphanage did not do a family background check.
You say?
Mine was perhaps a little more unconventional than most, but I suppose all childhoods are interesting to some degree. My parents provided me with a love and encouragement. Apart from the nightly training sessions, we were a normal family. I was bullied by the other Khajiit children because of my unusual color and markings. My mother showed me a handy trick with a rock and a glove. I was never bothered again.
I would say not. I'm glad serves the little lots right.
Yes, bullies should not be tolerated. They soon learned that being different is not a weakness. If you need anything else, just ask. You want to ask me something?
Mind if I ask you something?
Go ahead, ask away.
Why, thank you, Indigo. Tell me more about your...
My father
past.
showed my brother and I how to use a sword. My mother taught us the bow. Happy childhood memories. I grew up in Riverhold, not far from Citadel. My brother and I headed for the Imperial City to find our fortune when we came of age. I found love, for a time at least. My brother found death.
Love.
Well, now that I think about it, maybe it was not love. It was brief and, as it turned out, one-sided. Anyway, all that happened later.
Death.
I will come to that soon. There is a little more to hear first.
Right. Tell me more.
My mother and father are both gone. They died protecting a trading caravan a few years back. I guess I am an orphan again.
I'm sorry for your loss.
That means a great deal. Thank you. I suppose they were a bit of an odd couple, being an Argonian and a Khajiit, but they adored each other. And us. Despite their previous profession, they were good people.
That is kind of weird.
My brother and I found much work as sellswords. We never made it to the Imperial City, but we made a lot of coin.
What kind of jobs did you do?
A bit of giant killing here, a bit of witch slaying there. We took gold when it was offered, but sometimes we worked for nothing. It is hard to deny those in need, whether they have coin or not.
Yes,
we
it
made
is.
more than enough from those who could pay anyway. All over Citadel, from the Gold Coast to the Gerald Mountains. It is a wonderful land, but quite tame compared to Skyrim. Those were happy times, traveling or working during the day, camping out under the stars at night. Life was good.
It sounds like it.
All set? I hope I know the answer.
I'm quite sure you do know the answer.
I awoke one morning to a lot of noise outside our tent. My brother staggered in, bleeding, and pushed our father's sword into my hand. He said that if I loved him, I would run. He used the last of his strength to rip out the back of the tent and push me down the slope beyond. Some Khajiit-hating locals had blamed us for a spate of robberies in the area and had decided to take the matter into their own hands. 12 of them had snuck up on us in the night. My brother died, but I live because of him.
I'm sorry, losing your brother like that must have been terrible.
Yes, that morning I lost all that was dear to me. Unfortunately, I also uncovered a side of myself I never knew existed. Every day, my friend. Every day.
What was your brother's name?
His name was Fergus. I miss him very much, but part of me is glad he did not witness what became of me after his passing.
Losing him is bound to affect you. I'm sure you would understand.
Maybe you are right. It is a nice thought, but I suppose I will never know. Fire away. My favorite smell is green.
Really? Green.
I'm not the best judge of character. I will let you decide who deserves to die.
Okay.
Some people say I talk too much. Maybe it is true, but when we are up to something sneaky, I will always shut my mouth.
That's good.
I love killing spiders. They are so satisfying to squash. It sounds strange when I say it out loud.
Actually, it does.
I love archery. I once shot a man's hat off at 60 paces. If he hadn't ducked, I would have got his head. My time as a bandit taught me very little. It was a means to an end. Sick people attract their own kind.
Uh-huh.
Some people say they don't like me because the color of my fur. I don't like ignorant racist bigots, so I guess we're even.
I don't like him either.
My favorite place in Skyrim is Riften, without a doubt. It smells perfect.
Riften? Alright.
I hate those giant black chittering insects you get here. They make my eyes hurt, and my fur stand on end.
I don't like him either.
If we ever find ourselves in the Bard's College, remind me to share some songs with you.
You can sing?
Remember to take a seat though. I like a focused audience. After exploring many ruins here, I have become good at avoiding most traps. Poison, spikes, and fire do not agree with me.
They don't agree with anybody.
Okay. I was recruited by a group of bandits a few years ago. That is when I discovered skooma. It was the beginning of a lot of nastiness. I was with a bandit girl for a while. Turns out she was using me. She wanted protection, not affection.
Yeah.
As soon as she found someone more psychopathic, I was dropped like a sack of troll dung. I thought I did. We dulled each other's pain somewhat. She seemed like the only bright thing in a very dark place. Regrettably, she was a vicious, manipulative harpy.
I can relate.
I left the bandits and took the only ally I had with me. He was also an addict, but we thought we had it under control. His name was Felix. He was a big fellow, good in his scrap. We became mercenaries together.
Felix.
After a few months, Felix and I had made a little gold, but our addiction to skooma was getting in the way. No one trusts an addict, my friend. Especially not another addict.
That is true.
From time to time my body does, but my mind is made up. I am never touching this stuff again.
Good for you.
It helped me smother some painful memories, but it took my sense and reason as payment. It was not a fair trade.
No, it wasn't. Tell me about Felix.
There is not much to tell. He never spoke about his past, but it was clear he had also been through a great deal before becoming a bandit. That life did not seem to suit him. He had been an educated man at some point, I am sure of it. He was violent, but he had retained some dim vestige of honor. I wish we had met under different circumstances.
Indeed.
One day, Felix burst into my chamber. Instinct took over and I reacted. His murder was my second to last step on the road of dishonor. Trying to kill you was my last. My journal tells the rest. Read it if you want. I do not enjoy speaking of these things.
Okay.
That is my story. Not a happy one, but maybe the happy stuff is still to come.
Chin up.
I have no knack for magic, I'm afraid. I'm very stealthy, if need be. I don't get cold very easily.
Oh, I bet you don't.
My favorite weapon is the bow. I like a little bit of lollygagging.
Guards will hate you.
My foster mother was Khajiit, but my foster father was Argonian. Some found their union hard to understand. They were just mother and father to me.
Alright.
What's next? My friend, I feel strange. My mind is vibrating in my skull. It feels like it is at the end of a hook.
Are you okay?
I do not know. Wait, the sensation is receding. That was horrible.
How do you feel? What's that all
okay.
about?
I have no idea what it was. All of a sudden there was a bright flash, and it felt like my mind was being pulled out of my ears.
Yeah. That doesn't sound good. If it happens again, let me know.
Do not worry about me, my friend. Let us get back to it.
Okay. Vindal.
Can I help you?
Get lost.
Very well. Travel safe.
It is happening again. My mind is vibrating. It feels like it is on the end of a rope. Wait, I see something. A cabin? Trees? A face? It is fading. It is under the rug. Thank the gods. It is weakening. Oh. It is over. Ow.
What did you say?
I saw brief flashes of a cabin in the snow. It was surrounded by trees. What is happening to me?
You said it was under the rug. What were you talking about?
Yes, something small and shiny. A coin? A ring? No, I cannot remember. I think my brain is broken.
Did you recognize the cabin?
But something about the landscape was familiar. I wish I could remember where I have seen it before. A man, perhaps? A bearded man. I did not recognize him. The flashes were very fast and confusing.
Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Okay.
Let's move on.
If it does happen again and my brain tries to escape through my nose, push it back in, please.
Sure thing.
My friend, my mind is being tugged again. It is very strong this time. I see wooden posts upright in the snow. A tower. I recognize the tower. I see the cabin again. The door is locked tight. It is receding. It is over. For now. My head is pounding. Ow.
Need a Tylenol? We need to get to the bottom of this.
I think I know where to start. I saw a ruined tower in the snow. I think I camped there once long ago.
Okay.
The tower is a short hike from Dawnstar. It is called Snow Point Beacon. It is nothing special from what I remember, but I think it is close to the source of these embarrassing episodes. I understand that we are too busy, but what do you say? Shall we go?
Yes, let's go.
Thank you, my friend. I will mark Snow Point Beacon on your trusty map. Let us go.
Let's go indeed.
Okay, this is Snow Point Beacon. Next we need to find the wooden posts I saw. They must be close.
Okay. Any clues?
In my vision, the posts were worn and weather-beaten. According to my nose, all the wood here seems to have been cut fairly recently. I can also smell stone, and ice, and you.
Sorry, I had a burrito for lunch.
Wait, I can smell old timber. This way, my friend. The source of my mind vibrations is east of here. I am sure of it.
Okay.
The cabin must be nearby. These are the posts from my vision. Come on, let's follow them.
Alright.
No.
Any new flashes?
But we are on the right path. I am glad you are by my side. Let us push on. Ah! More mind vibrations. The source is at the top of these steps. I can feel it.
Okay.
Thank the gods. I am not crazy. There it is. The cabin I saw. My friend, I bet you 100 septims the door is locked tight.
Okay.
I think I have a solution though.
We could just knock.
There is danger inside. If there is, I would rather it did not know we were coming. During one of my painful episodes, I said, "It is under the rug." Remember? Give me a moment.
It is under the rug.
Yes, here it is, a key.
Of course, that's a
My
key.
mother used to keep a spare in the same place.
Alright.
Why don't you do the honors? My hands are uncharacteristically shaky for some reason.
I'm ready if you are, buddy.
Okay, let us see what is inside.
Let us go. Find out what is inside. Is that a painting of Indigo?
Is that a picture of me? What is this place? Let us look around.
Somebody's obsessed with you.
This is unsettling, but
It's
I
your
do
stalker.
not sense danger here.
You have a stalker.
Oh my, you're here. I was beginning to lose hope.
Hope is not lost. How can I help you?
What? No, not you, you frustrating fuzzball. Him.
Fuck you too.
Get out of the way. Inigo, is it really you? Or am I dreaming?
That is my name, and let me tell you this. If you insult my friend again, I will be forced to harm you. Do we have an understanding?
My apologies. I am often too terse for my own good. I mean nothing by it, I assure you.
Okay, my friend here is a fantastic adventurer, unsurpassed in many areas. He deserves your respect.
That's right.
I see. Well, I'm sure you make quite the team, Inigo, but it's you who I've been seeking all these years. I'm so glad you're still alive.
Who are you? Why have you been seeking me?
My name is Langley. Langley Longseer to some. Dear boy, I have much to tell you. How did you find me?
I started to get brief, painful visions a while ago. They showed me flashes of this place. And you. I also felt a nasty tugging sensation.
Ha! The spell works. Not quite as was intended, but it got you here in the end. I was about ready to string that conjuration mage up by his toes.
You summoned me? I have to tell you, your spell needs work.
I would say.
I've been trying to locate you for quite some time. I even traveled to Riverhold. I found your parents shortly after they died, gods rest their souls. Oh dear, you do know about that, don't you?
They were killed protecting a trading caravan. I heard. You were there?
Yes. I am so sorry for your loss. For all your losses. In a way, I've been traveling with you. Just a step behind.
Did my mother and father
I told you.
die well?
Stalker.
They met their end with dignity. I was the one who found them, and I made sure they had a fine burial. They died holding hands.
Why were you there? Were you looking for me even then?
I had hoped they could lead me to you. I continued to track you for years. Then the trail went cold. After I found your brother.
You found Fergus? How? Have you always been hiding in my past, haunting every step I take? Why? I do not know you. What do you want from me?
I've come to know you very well. I am your friend, Inigo. Perhaps the greatest friend you have. We are destined to work together.
I already have the only friend I need.
That's right, buddy.
You don't understand. There's a great evil coming. I don't know when exactly, but it is close. I've seen it in my dreams. You are there too. You are the champion destined to destroy the Doomstrider.
What are you talking about? The Doomstrider?
Yes, the very avatar of destruction and death. The demon that has plagued my dreams for decades.
I need to sit down.
Take a seat, rest, and I'll tell you all I know. I've been keeping a note of everything.
I am sorry, my friend. I need a moment. My legs are a little wobbly all of a sudden.
That's fine.
Go and sit down. It is a lot to take in, I know. Make no mistake, Inigo. You are safe here. You both are. Inigo and I have much to discuss. I don't wish to be rude, but perhaps it's best if you leave us to it for a bit.
Uh-huh.
In fact, if you could do something for me, I'd be most grateful.
What do you need?
Eggs.
What?
Eggs. You know, birds
I
lay
know what
them.
an egg is.
Snow thrush eggs, to be precise. 6 should do the trick. They often boost my visions, allowing me to see further into the future.
I'm a
If
booster
Inigo
version.
is here, then maybe the Doomstrider is finally preparing to strike. We must be ready.
I must be ready.
Where do I
There
find
are
them?
at least 8 nests outside my home. You shouldn't need to go very far. I hope you don't mind heights.
I'm a cat.
They are usually rather elevated. Come back to me when you have 6 eggs. No fewer.
Fine.
Find 8, and I'll give you something precious for your trouble.
Right.
I don't appreciate your inability to pay attention. I already apologized for my initial greeting. It is not my fault you weren't listening.
Oh, I was listening. Oh, watch yourself, buddy. Dark Brotherhood don't want me as an enemy.
No, I can see that. As I said earlier, I meant no offense. I have a fiery temperament I can't always control. Anyway, we're wasting time. I need to talk to Inigo, and you, if you would be so kind, need to find those eggs. Remember to search up high, and try not to do yourself a mischief.
I'll be fine. I'm a cat. Not afraid of heights. I can climb. Perfectly fine.
And that's what would have happened if I had been an idiot and climbed out there. Luckily, I did not do that.
Yes, my friend. You survived your perilous egg-fetching adventure, I see. I have much to tell you, but first I think you should give this man his precious eggs.
His precious eggs.
Well done, you got the eggs. Very
course.
good.
Here, take them.
What? I didn't need eggs. I just needed you out of the house for a bit so we could talk.
Oh, you
Keep
son of a
them.
bitch.
Turn them into an omelette for all I care.
I'm gonna turn you into an
Anyway,
omelet.
Inigo and I have had a bit of a chat, and he's persuaded me that you can be trusted. It seems we 3 are in this together. I've given him my notes, and I'm sure he'll let you read through everything. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Maybe you should talk to Inigo first, though.
Maybe I should. I don't like this guy.
Good job getting those eggs, my friend.
Well, thank
This
you.
Langley fellow may be a bit rude and gruff, but he's on our side.
You think?
He gave me these. He found my father's journal. Can you believe it? He also gave me 2 books he's written about his search for me.
Can you not believe that he's stalking you?
They contain a lot of information about how important I am. They are very good books, but also sad.
Indigo, you're an idiot.
Apparently, I have my own prophecy. If you want to hear more about it, I'll tell you what I know. Langley says we are going to save the world. That is, of course, unless you think we have something better to do.
How does your head feel?
It is still a little tender. Oh, that reminds me. You should ask Langley about the summon spell that has been causing my mind vibrations.
Good idea.
He has a spare copy. Maybe he will let you give it a go. My mind is not keen on the idea, but I think a spell like that could be useful, my friend.
Indeed. I agree.
I will tell you what I know. Okay, the Inigo Prophecy. Somewhere out there in the world, there is a very nasty being gathering its strength. If left unchecked, it will grow until its evil influence burns away all that is good in this world. It has appeared in Langley's dreams for many years.
I've been hearing these prophecies for
Often
years.
as a gigantic figure striding through the land, leaving nothing but pain, anguish, and death in its wake. He calls it the Doomstrider. In the same dream, he sometimes sees a handsome blue Khajiit defeat the menace with his help. He calls this fellow the champion.
Well, there you go, champion.
That is me, my friend. Much of Langley's prophecy is hazy, and he says that sometimes his dreams show more than one possible outcome.
In other words, he could be wrong.
Now he and I have finally met. He believes we stand a good chance of preventing much suffering.
What if he's wrong about the Doomstrider? I want to know more details.
What details can I help you with? Not much, I'm afraid. Langley is the man to ask about that. All I know is that I am destined to fight whatever or whoever it is. I hope you will be at my side when the time comes, my friend. Of course, I will do my best to keep this from interfering with my debt to you.
It better not interfere. I'm with you all the way, Indigo.
It warms my heart to hear you say that, my friend.
Even if you are
with
being
your
a fool.
help, I know I can finally put some good back into this world.
Alright then. That's what it's about.
They are called In Search of a Champion and Da Vinci's Journal. My father wrote the journal, and Langley wrote In Search of a Champion.
Wait.
Langley's books contain the story of his search for me, and a few tales about Fergus and I.
You're Da Vinci's son?
The journal is my father's personal account of our upbringing. In my opinion, the books are informative and quite moving. Like all Khajiit, my physical characteristics were probably determined by the moons at my birth. I seem to be the product of a very rare celestial alignment that only occurs briefly, every few hundred years or so.
So you were born on a blue moon.
In the backward village where I was born, a blue child was seen as a bad moon omen. I would have been sacrificed if my birth mother had not smuggled Fergus and I away.
What was I thinking?
We were not identical, but we were twins. Perhaps his life was forfeit by association. Whatever the case, I like to think that my birth mother could not bear the idea of separating us.
Okay.
I can only guess that there was enough time between our births for the moons to shift. Langley thinks the alignment that produced me may only last for a few moments. I am incredibly unique, my friend.
Yeah, and naive.
What would you like to know?
Tell me about
He is
Langley.
interesting.
Interesting, huh? That's all you got?
Langley has dreams that often come true. He usually foresees the beginning, the middle, or the end of a future event, but never all three.
Well, that's not very convenient.
So he may know that a man at the market will get into a fight, but he won't know why. Or he will see a dead man at the market, but not know how he died. To make matters worse, he sometimes sees 2 or more possible endings.
2 or more possible endings.
Until we met, he couldn't be sure that we ever would. He is understandably relieved.
So, if there's 2 or more possible
Ever
endings...
since I appeared in his dreams, he has been looking for me.
The
All he knew in the beginning was that the champion was Khajiit, avoided death at an early age, and had blue fur. He finally heard about a remote village among the shifting sands of elsewhere that ritualistically sacrifices any child born among their number whose fur is blue. He deduced that the champion was likely a blue child from this village that somehow escaped their fate. He set off in search of the village, but on the way he found Riverhold and heard about me.
Riverhold.
This was a few years after Fergus and I left to find our fortune, though, so he began tracking us. Along the way, he heard tales about my brother and I. He even collected mementos from our endeavors.
This
You
guy's...
can see a few of them over there on those shelves by the chest.
Indigo, this guy's weird.
After finding Fergus lying among the remains of our camp, he lost track of me. The years went by, and he grew weary. He eventually returned here, and employed a group of adventurers to continue the search for me, and to look for any signs of the Doomstrider.
The Doomstrider.
He also paid a conjuration mage to concoct a summon Inigo spell. My mind vibrations were the result of him trying unsuccessfully to use the spell.
Right.
What would you like to know?
What happens next?
We wait for Langley to receive more information either from his sources or his dreams. When he hears something new, he will let us know.
Alright. How will he contact
will use
us?
the summon spell to vibrate my mind again. My mind is not looking forward to it.
I bet it's not.
Okay. Those items on the shelves Langley salvaged from my past bring back some good memories.
Alright, Indigo.
Harry the two, run it all backwards.
I'm gonna go talk to this, your stalker.
Observation. Lightning spells can be used to shock large shoals of swimming fish in one go. Yes. If you must. I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. Whenever I try to force a prediction, the results are usually extremely vague.
They're vague anyway.
My more accurate visions come to me in the form of dreams, though even then they show possibilities, not definite outcomes. No, not yet anyway. I occasionally get flashes of Mr. Dragonfly, but that probably doesn't mean very much. Over time, Inigo's fascination with the little fellow has obviously seeped into my dreams.
Evidently.
I wouldn't feel too left out, though.
I don't.
If you have a place in all this, I'm sure you'll show up eventually.
Oh, I'm sure. Tell me about the summon Indigo spell.
It's rubbish. Tosh. Hardly works at all. All it seems to do is give poor Inigo vague directions to the summoner, and a headache.
Maybe you're using it wrong.
I followed the instructions dutifully. There's no reason it shouldn't work. No one knows Inigo better than I do. The conjuration mage who created the spell told me that as long as I was Inigo's true friend, I should be able to get it to work. It's clearly broken. I'm the greatest ally Inigo has.
You are. Indigo and I know each other pretty well.
Oh, I'm sure you know him a little, but I've been studying him for decades. No, if the spell doesn't work for me, it won't work for anyone. Isn't that right, Inigo?
I think you should let him try it.
Exactly. What? Why?
Langley, I am sure we are great allies in the making, but my friend here and I have a more immediate bond.
What do you mean? Oh, I didn't realize you were an item.
Hey.
Not that kind of bond. We have traveled together. We have enjoyed sharing our views on many subjects. We have fought bravely side by side. I have placed my life in his hands. What I'm trying to say is, we are friends. Go on, hand over a copy of the spell. I am the only one who will suffer if it goes wrong.
I see. I won't argue with you, even though it's a waste of time. I will do as you ask.
Thank you. What is the worst that can happen?
You don't want to know. If we're going to do this, we must be scientific. Inigo,
Scientific
you stay
magic?
here,
Come
and your
on.
friend and I will go outside. Once we're on the path, I'll give you the spell, and you can try unsuccessfully to teleport Inigo to us. Stare vacantly if you understand.
Good luck, my friend. I will wait and brace myself.
Okay.
Okay, you can quit the vacant gazing routine now. Come on. We should head outside and get this over with.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's get started. Here is the spell. I had to pry it open just to read half the incantations. I doubt you'll have better luck.
But you're an idiot.
Inconceivable. Just you wait. I bet your hands explode when you cast it.
Well, my hands.
What? How did you do that?
Magic.
Oh, it worked. I am outside.
I don't know what to say.
Let us test its range. Try to place me farther away. Do it again. That felt good. My friend, that was wonderful. Did you see? One moment I was inside, casually not tasting Langley's cooking, then whoosh! I saw your face, and I was out here. It was amazing.
How does it feel?
It feels good. No mind vibrations at all. It is like a brief, warm embrace, followed by a pleasant, floaty sensation. There is something else.
What?
When you summoned me, I felt like I had a choice. That I could choose not to go if I didn't want to. This is a fantastic tool, my friend. I knew you could do it. You are outstanding.
Yes, I am.
Observation. The subject seems to be physically unaffected. By the spell. He is, however, exhibiting poor character judgment.
You are a funny fellow, Langley. Poor character judgment, my tale. My friend here did a fantastic job getting the spell to work.
That's right.
Note, the subject is clearly delusional.
Delusional.
The subject does not sound nearly as good as the champion. Did I offend you in some way? I hope not. Without you, we never would have gained such a wonderful spell. I hope you know we are grateful for all you have done.
It's not you, Inigo. It's him. The spell shouldn't work with just anyone. It was supposed to form a link between us. This idiot broke it.
I think that maybe the spell works because of the link my friend and I already share. You should not take it personally. We three are a team now. We need each other and should not be fighting amongst ourselves.
You and I are a team? All this moron can do is collect eggs. How useful is that going to be when we take on the Doomstrider?
That is only one of my friend's many talents. Trust me, you could not wish for a more worthy ally.
Yeah.
We shall see. I hope you're right. I'm getting cold. I think I'll head inside. Feel free.
Thank you, Langley. I am glad we finally met.
I am too. I can see you're every bit the champion this world needs. I'll see you soon. I'm sorry if I spoke out of turn earlier. I'm sure you don't mean to be annoying.
Being referred to an idiot is annoying.
It was just an observation. There's no need to get upset. Look, I'm sorry I called you an idiot.
Observation,
Happy?
my ass. If we're going to work together, you're going to have to be more
I'm
polite.
going to have to be more polite. Who do you think you are?
The
Just
listener.
accept my apology and we'll leave it there, really.
No, you're acting like a jealous child. Admit it.
I will admit no such thing. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry I'm not as perfect as you. I'm sorry I'm passionate. I'm sorry if that upsets you. Okay?
You're rude and petulant. You're the idiots, not me. And your beard's stupid.
Your brain is stupid. Why Inigo puts up with you, I'll never know. They say you can't reason with a fool. Well, I'm done trying. Don't talk to me again until you've calmed down. Goodbye.
I'll never talk to you again, man.
That was intense. I hope you are okay.
I'm fine. Sorry, Indigo. He's been treating me like a fool since we met.
Do not take his words to heart, my friend. It is just his way. He will warm to you in time. I know it. Anyway, we solved the mystery of my vibrating brain, and you got a powerful new spell. A spell they do not teach at any college, I'll wager.
Yep.
I am still trying to digest everything Langley told me. There is a lot to sort through. For now, we get on with our lives until he contacts us again. I have a feeling we are at the beginning of a fantastic adventure, my friend.
Indeed.
When the time's right, I light up and ride off in sunsets and Corvettes. Like I'm the plug and you don't know. But why? I do these things and I don't know. Just trying to go and prove myself to be one of the best.